Joining us now in Atlanta is T-Boz Watkins, singer, songwriter, and actress working on a VH1 reality show with her TLC bandmate Chili. And here in Los Angeles, Marty Caldwell, certified open adoption practitioner, founder and CEO of the Lifetime Adoption Center. She herself is an adoptive mother. T-Boz, we understand you want to adopt a child from Haiti. Why?
Well, I had thought about adopting a child anyway 4 years from now, but when I heard about the incident and kids possibly not having parents, I felt like I should try and help someone and go ahead and adopt now.
Have you begun the process?
I have made calls and tried to reach out, but from my understanding, the person who processes the paperwork is missing, and I haven't gotten very far. So hopefully being on the show here today, I can probably get some information and see if I can help move things further along, if it's even possible at this point.
I'm sure you will. Marty, can we adopt a child from Haiti now?
Well, right now, the country is officially closed. That means if you have not had the paperwork in process and going, basically it is, you're done.
It would seem they'd be open to it.
Well, they are, but you have to realize the country's still unstable, and they're trying to stabilize that, and the country processes the adoptions. So they first have to stabilize their country, then they can process the adoptions.
So T-Boz is going to have a tough time?
She's going to have a tough time, but there are things she can do, Larry, in the meantime.
Like?
She can start researching now. She's doing right now adoptions. If she really wants to adopt from Haiti, she may consider adopting an African-American child that's waiting in the United States and do so within a year, because there are many children that are basically orphaned, if you would say, in the United States that are waiting for homes too. But Haiti, we don't know when they're going to open up again. We don't know. It's undisclosed. And it could be years, but she can start.
So it's easier to adopt a black American child
exactly,
than a Haitian
and
child.
It's actually less expensive, and the children are waiting, and they want
less
loving
expensive.
homes. Yes, because you're not traveling too.
Before the quake, was it easy to adopt from Haiti?
It was a little easier to adopt from Haiti than, of course, it is now in some other countries. But right now, with this happening, realistically, unless you had your paperwork going, you cannot adopt from Haiti at this point. So I don't want to get false.
T-Boz, anything you want to ask Marty?
Well, actually, what she said is what I've been hearing, and that's why I answered the question that way, like if it's still possible, because every time I call someone, they say that it's been shut down, you can't do so, and then they offer, you know, Ethiopian children or any other ethnic type, of kids, and I just thought, that I would be able to help someone who is in need right now, because of the devastating things that happened in Haiti. But I keep hearing the same thing that she just said to you.
Yeah.
And it's sad, our hearts go out to people that want to adopt and want to help these children, but realistically, we can't go just on an emotional. We have to, this is a lifetime commitment.
Let's take a call. Salina, Ohio, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Larry. Thank you for having me on the show.
Sure.
I'd like to express some concern about, when we're talking about, long-term programs and everything. I think it's wonderful. I think it's amazing what the groups are doing already down there that have been there for years. But my concern is in the next 6 months. We're talking kind of a short-term, long-term process here where the kids, I know there are not enough places for these kids to go right now in Haiti, and they're not all accounted for yet. But as they're being accounted for, couldn't there be a cooperative effort in the United States and other countries who are willing to accept these children into a type of fostering program that may or may not go into adoption, but that these kids could be cared for, they could be educated, that they are not homeless, that they are nurtured.
And that sounds like a great idea.
It does, and they are working on some type of format like
that. Could lead later to adoption.
Yeah, exactly. In Florida, they're trying to develop a plan where the children could be taken care of medically and psychologically.
T-Boz, would you foster a child? Would you foster a child before you could adopt?
Yes, I would love to. I just want to help in some kind of way. If I could do that, I would love to.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to keep T-Boz and Marty with us, and we'll be joined by, when we come back, Michelle Bond of the State Department, dealing with overseas citizens and their involvement, and also we'll meet the president of Knightsbridge International, a nonprofit dedicated to humanitarian assistance. Right back. T-Boz Watkins and Marty Caldwell remain with us. Joining us is Michelle Bond, United States State Department's Deputy Assistant Secretary for Overseas Citizen Services. She's in Washington. Is the government supportive of Haiti's decision, Michelle, to put new adoptions on hold?
Yes, at this time, in the immediate aftermath of this cataclysmic earthquake, Haiti has decided that their first priority is to identify the children and that have been separated from their families and work to locate those families and reunite the children with their families, rather than...
Any indication? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, rather than focusing in the first instance on thinking about sending the children away from the locations where family members would be searching for them.
Any indication when Haiti might start processing new adoption applications?
No, not at this time. It's only a couple of weeks now after the earthquake, and they are not talking about that at all right now. They're focused on the immediate relief work.
What about adoption families where the paperwork was halfway along or 3/4 of the way done?
Right. Immediately after this incredibly devastating earthquake, one of the things that we did within the government was to think about what might be possible for children who were already in the process of being adopted by American parents. And so officials at the Departments of Homeland Security and State sat down and worked out an idea of how to identify children that could appropriately be brought to the United States even though their Haitian adoption wasn't complete. We proposed this plan to the Haitian government. They agreed to it. And on January 18th, less than a week after the earthquake struck, Secretary Napolitano of Homeland Security announced that humanitarian parole would be available for children who met specific criteria. Now, 11 days after that, more than 500 of these children have already gone to the United States to join very happy families.
Michelle, do you want T-Boz to be able to adopt the Haitian child?
I think in the long term, that could be a great thing, but in the immediate term, the best thing that could happen to the children who are in Haiti's orphanages would be to be able to move them very quickly into permanent, loving homes. And the adoption process is a very long one. There are things that could be done to assist, for example, very, very poor, the poorest of Haiti's families, and that's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, put their children into orphanages just so that they'll be fed and clothed and cared for, because these families are too poor to do it. If we could help them bring their kids home from orphanages and raise them themselves, if we could provide the support they need, then you could move thousands of children into permanent homes with their own families.
Thanks, Michelle. Joining us now in Port-au-Prince is Edward Arvis, president of Knightsbridge International. It's a nonprofit dedicated to providing humanitarian assistance and disaster relief around the world. Our cameras found you yesterday coming to the aid of an orphanage in need for help. What were you doing, Edward?
We were doing a survey and delivering aid and hope. That's what we generally do, is go in, assess, and immediately provide the hope and goods that they need.
Do you at all deal with adoption?
No, not at all. That's not anything that we are involved with. Ours is healthcare, education, livelihood.
For children?
For anybody in need. Children are just one segment of it. A major segment, they're the more emotional segment, but to be able to reunite the family and provide them with the material that they need to remain a family is a key issue with us.
We understand one of your comrades was lost in the rubble of the Hotel Montana. Any news at all?
None whatsoever. He's still listed as missing in the aftermath of the earthquake. Walt Ratterman, one of the members of Knightsbridge for the last 8 to 10 years, has gone missing there at that location.
Edward, are you optimistic about Haiti?
I'm always optimistic when I see the outpouring of compassionate and focused aid. There are big NGOs, the small NGOs are here, and they're here for the right reason. I haven't seen or heard of anything that would cause me to be concerned that anything but good would come from the aftermath of this.
Thanks, Edward Arvis. When we come back, T-Boz and Marty remain with us. Dixie Bickle, the director of God's Little Angels Orphanage in Haiti, will join us. Joining Marty and T-Boz from Miami is Dixie Bickle, the director of God's Little Angels Orphanage in Haiti. Last week, 81 children from that orphanage arrived in Miami to join their adoptive families. Dixie, how are they doing?
As far as I know, they're doing well. The ones we've heard from say the kids are adjusting very well with their families. We're really thankful that the Haitian government decided back in July of last year that all parents had to travel to Haiti to meet their children before the adoption could be finalized. So these children had, at the time we didn't like it, but they had an opportunity to meet their families, and it was really a blessing.
Are there any children left at your orphanage?
I have 17 children who have families in France that have not left yet, and negotiating with the French government to get them out. And I've got 3 children that came after the earthquake.
Dixie, if you've been watching or listening to the show, what advice do you have for T-Boz, who apparently now cannot adopt while there's this hold on in Haiti, who wants to adopt? What advice do you have for her?
I'm hoping that Haitian adoptions will start up again, but we're going to have to, right now it's in chaos. The country is in chaos, and adoptions is the least important thing, I'm sure, in the Haitian government mind. They're still trying to dig out, and it's going to take a long time. There are orphans in orphanages that were there before the earthquake that still will be for adoption. She can contact different orphanages to find out if they've got children. The children that I've got that have come in since the earthquake, we're calling them displaced children. They are not orphans until it's proven that they are orphans. So our top priority is to get photos of the children, take them to the Haitian social services, to the hospitals, and ask for the parents. We figure that's where the parents are going to look first.
Marty, is there any, do you have a deal with Dixie?
I haven't worked with Dixie, no. I think that she's right, though, that, do the research ahead of time, find out so when it does open up, the people that want to adopt have to have the paperwork, they've got a foot in it.
Is there hope for T-Boz?
I think there is. I think that if she does her homework now and she wants to really, truly adopt, I believe it can happen, but it may take a few years.
T-Boz, I got an idea. Why don't, Dixie, are you going back to Haiti?
I am. I leave tomorrow, thank heavens, and I'm staying. I don't have to come out again for a while.
T-Boz, my idea, this just off the top, contact Dixie Bickle at the God's Little Angels Orphanage in Haiti. Call her and see what she might be able to do for you, T-Boz, and maybe we can work something out here.
Thank you. I will try. I'm not going to give up.
All right. Even on a waiting list. If she's,
Right. Get on
what are we
a
going to say,
waiting list.
Dixie?
I was going to tell her she needs to get a home study done. She needs to start some of the paperwork that takes 6 months in the States to do, so that when adoptions do open up, she's ready.
Exactly.
We wish you all the best of luck. Salute you, Marty, for what you do. Dixie, thanks for everything. And good luck, T-Boz. We'll try.
Thank you.
T-Boz Watkins, Marty Caldwell,
Yeah.
and Dixie Bickle. And that's it for this edition of Larry King Live.